Here comes our panelist, Ryan. Welcome, Ryan.
How's it going, guys?
We are good. Thank you for joining us.
I like the quarter zips. Those are sharp.
Yeah, we should have
It's
sent you one.
twins. We didn't expect to be twins.
I was gonna say I could probably print something out quick and tape it on here if you want.
We owe you one.
Nice.
All right, well, let's get started. We will jump in with some introductions. And then the point of this webinar today is to just give you a closer look behind the scenes of Spinzo. So some of you may be current clients and may not be using Spinzo to your fullest potential. Others of you may be using another platform or not a platform at all and want to understand what a platform can do for you. So we want to be able to give you an idea of exactly what differentiates us from others in the space. So for a quick round of introductions, I'm Denise Sickenetter. I'm the head of sales and service for Spinzo. I have been at Spinzo just shy of 8 years. Prior to that, I spent over 12 years on the team side of sports in MLB, NHL, and NBA. So I really come to the business here from understanding and sitting in your shoes at the team level, both on a sales and a marketing side. So Amanda, do you want to introduce yourself? And then we'll let Ryan quickly introduce himself too.
Yep, I'm Emmanuel Magian. I'm the CEO of Spinzo. Started the company almost 13 years ago. Our 13th birthday is coming up in a few weeks. And we've been doing ticket sales for about the past 10 years. My background is more technology. I built a majority of the platform, and I'm here for any kind of technical needs. And I think for a lot of you, you'll very much enjoy the flexibility that the platform offers you. So looking forward to showing you.
Absolutely. Ryan, do you want to quickly introduce yourself?
Yep, Ryan Erdman, Vice President of Retention and Group Sales here with the Carolina Hurricanes. We've been on Spinzo for about 7 years now, maybe a little bit more. So just gonna listen in, chime in with any testimonials or any questions that anybody has.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ryan. All right, so let's jump into the meat and potatoes, if we will. So first thing that we want to share about Spinzo, and I should say, at the beginning of this, is that Spinzo is completely white labeled to you and your brand, and that goes above and beyond anything that you've ever seen in the ticketing world. So when we talk about our white labeling, it's super customizable to your brand. It starts on the page look and feel, which we're going to talk about here with immersive design. It goes all the way down to that credit card statement reflecting you and you being the owner of the funds at the time of the transaction. All really important. That email that goes in the inbox, it's going to look like it's coming from your organization, not from Spinzo. Again, super important because you are the brand, you are the forefront. That's what it should all be about. A little over a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, we launched what's called Spinzo Immersive Design. So this, again, from a design perspective, takes things to the next level. It allows you to activate a video behind the scenes of your promotion. This video, as you can see right here from one of our Calgary teams, the Flames, is showcasing how exciting it is to be at a live hockey game. If you've been to a live hockey game, you know the intensity, you know the excitement, and how do you use that to sell your events? You put a video behind the screen, behind the promotion. Within that, you can also do customizations to specific companies. So the great thing about Spinzo is it never has to be just about your team or about Spinzo. It can be all about your client. This is a great corporate example for Delta Airlines. Again, you wouldn't even know, other than the consistency of a Sacramento Kings logo, that this was a Sacramento Kings promotion because it's speaking Delta. It has the Delta logo, it has the Delta colors, and it has that iconic airplane in the background. So being able to customize and take things to the next level with video and with the way that things are placed on the page is essential. Spinzo allows you to do that. We allow you to quickly create some templates so you can plug and play as you go. For example, some of our venues that are more concert or show-based, they actually create templates specifically for shows. 313 Presents, which is in my local market here in Detroit, they create a template for Disney on Ice. So that Mickey video is populating on every single one of their Disney on Ice. But when they're selling Get On Your Feet, which is all about Gloria Estefan and her band, they have a video that showcases what that's all about. Sometimes the shows that we're selling or the things that we're selling need to be explained to our buyers. And so being able to have not only the ability to add information, but also video and captivate that is really important. Again, nothing like this exists out in the ticket sales world. Emmanuel, things to add on immersive design?
Yep, I'm just flipping through some of the examples here just to show the breadth of what you can do. So, of course, we showed the Calgary Flames have a very in-your-face video in the background. The Delta one, as Denise said, very corporate-like. We do a lot of PGA Tour tournaments, including the players, so really nice videos there. Hockey for her. But you could also have simpler designs. You don't have to have video. That's what's great about immersive design. You can be pretty simple if you'd like. So the Indianapolis Colts tend to like simpler designs. And you'll see here they actually put the seating options right on the main page. That's another thing about Spinzo's immersive design is that you can pick and choose how the widgets place themselves. You can have a button that just goes to the buying options. You can focus on the video, or you could put the buying options right on the screen here. So you'll see with the Colts, they just have a nice little background, like a wallpaper there. Also, if you'd like to put widgets, you could have things like the who's going, which shows everyone who's going to the game, and you could see where your friends are sitting. So you could pick your seats close to them if you'd like. So all of this is part of immersive design. Even simpler designs like this. This is the Phoenix Suns. They're selling suites through us, whole suites. So they like a more elegant design, maybe not much focus on the game, but various suite options that are available. Just a few others in here. So doesn't have to be a video, could be an image, just like this one as well. So you get to pick how simple or complicated or engaging these are. And I tend to like this one as well, US Soccer for the women's national team here. So lots you could do with immersive.
One of the amazing thing about immersive design as we roll into talking about affiliate technology, which is kind of the hallmark trait of Spinzo, is that the immersive design can be customized all the way down to the affiliate level. So you can, with our affiliate technology, essentially is you can create a custom group, say, for example, called corporate partner offers. And if you want to offer them all the same pricing for the events that they're going to have access to, you can set up, instead of having to recreate the wheel every single time, within a matter of a short amount of time, seconds, if not even a minute, you can create a fully customized page for each one of your corporate partners. And that's where immersive design comes into play. So I can go in and I can create something for Delta that looks exactly like what you saw with the video or the image on the background and not a video, but for another one of my clients, I can actually create something that has a video. And Emmanuel's going to dive in and show you exactly what that looks like.
Yeah, so here we are. This is a real live example, actually, with the Sacramento Kings. It's called Standard Group Offers, which already has all the group pricing for the various games embedded in there. And so what's great about Spinzo's affiliate link technology is that you can make an offer literally in 10 seconds, if you'd like, that has access to all the games and all the group pricing. Now, if you want to add special branding to it, maybe it'll take a little more than 10 seconds, but it won't take much more than a minute to have a whole season offer with all the group pricing. So that's a very much a unique feature of Spinzo. So I'll show you here live. So we're on the Sacramento Kings standard group offers. I'm going to click on affiliates. And in here, they have various companies and groups and people whom they send links to. But I'm going to make a new one right now. And I'm going to make this new one for Facebook. So this is going to be for Facebook employees, let's say, who might want to come to the game. So I'm going to click to customize the header branding and colors here. We have a cropping tool. So sometimes you have a logo and there's too much white space around it. So you could easily crop around the tool like that. And if you'd like to spice it up a little bit, you could actually choose colors from your uploaded graphic. So I'm going to pick that Facebook blue. I mean, there's only really blue for Facebook, so we'll just make the whole thing blue there. And if we'd like, we could actually put a background image. And before this call, I got this little image here, which is a bunch of little Facebook buttons there. And let's darken this a bit. So you can actually darken or lighten your image there. Let's take a look and see what this is going to look like. Maybe I'll do one more thing here. So with a few settings on the back end, I could save this. And now Facebook has their own link to all the Sacramento Kings games. So that took about a minute. We got the Facebook logo there. You could choose your game. And then you'll see you've got all this Facebook in the background. The buyer can go ahead and purchase. This is live right now. This is all ready to go. So that's how fast that is. Now I'm going to do another example just to show you a little more immersively what you can do. Let's do another one. And let's say this one is for Dunkin'. Maybe it's the customers of Dunkin'. And we've actually done this with some of our clients before. The New York Jets partner with Dunkin' Donuts. They put the link on the receipt. So I'm going to choose the Dunkin' logo here. Again, we've got the cropping tool we can use that. And this time I'm going to do a similar thing. I'm going to choose some of the colors from Dunkin' here. Put that like that. Maybe we can choose this pink or purple, whatever that color that is. And this time I'm going to customize with a video. So I actually downloaded this Dunkin' Donuts commercial from online. So I'm going to pick that. I think it's pretty good, but I could lighten it a little bit if I'd like. So I can go ahead and put something like that there. All right, so now this one's ready to go. If you had a sales rep attached to the offer, you could choose the sales rep as well, and then save that. So now we're done with Dunkin'. I could go ahead and take a look. And here it is. So just like that, we have a beautiful promotion for Dunkin' Donuts. Has their logo at the top, has their advertisement in the background, and it actually has access to all the games. The buyer can go ahead, choose the game, choose the buying options, and then continue like that. So this is very impactful. If you have sponsors or special partners, maybe your suite partners, maybe their companies, you want to offer this to their customers, this is a great way to do so. Now, there is another feature for affiliate links where not all affiliates need to get access to the same games. So let's say for that Dunkin' offer, let's say you only want to offer the Dunkin' customers only specific games. So all you have to do here is restrict this to specific sales events. And we could say maybe the Dunkin' Donuts customers only should have access to the Spurs game, the Bucks game, and the Grizzlies game. So those 3 games that are upcoming. So we can click to choose those. Now when we go to the Dunkin' offer, they only have those 3 games. So think of how fast this is to build your offers. You could have a season-long offer with your group pricing, and in a matter of minutes, choose a 1-game offer, 2-game offer, whole season offer, with background video, colors, graphics, and everything meshes together.
Powerful, especially if you can use this and take some buckets of your business. It'll create efficiency and also create fully branded promotions that are going to be more effective than not. The next one is live leaderboards. So this one is super impactful when you talk about the group sales space. And I think back of my time leading both an NHL and NBA group sales team and some of the things that we were trying to accomplish, and even me personally as I sold, these live leaderboards gamify your promotions. And when you talk about groups are just as competitive as our athletes are on the court, ice, field, what have you. And so for us to be able to create options for them to compete against each other, either for bragging rights or prizes, it's going to be very effective. Spinzo's live leaderboards, again, not like anything else in the marketplace. They're very structured. So you're going to ask your buyers a custom question upon checkout and ask them which group they identify into. In this example here with the Anaheim Ducks, the school district with the highest attendance is actually going to get the game night silent auction donation. So that's huge. So if you're a school district and you're looking to fundraise and you're trying to get behind, adding additional funds to whatever outcome you're trying to service from a fundraising perspective, this is huge. Looking at this, you can see it's working, right? Anaheim Elementary School District, 114. Fullerton has 67. Fullerton Joint Union High School is 26. But those top few are competing, and it's going to, as it gets closer to the game, this is March 1st. Remember, think we're a month out at this point, and these numbers are as strong as they are right now, and they're only going to grow as they get closer and closer to the game date. So this also works too when in looking at this Wranglers example, you take a fan experience that you would normally put out there. You may normally say, hey, we require 250 tickets for ice time. But if you go ahead and gamify the situation and say, hey, you 11 teams in the greater Calgary area, if you, the one with the most tickets sold, you're going to get the first intermission scrimmage experience. Now, instead of selling 250 tickets for this experience, you've now probably doubled, if not tripled, because people are excited and they're going to share this. And especially if there's a chance for them to win at the top of the leaderboard, they're going to be sharing it with mom's friends, dad's friends, grandma, aunts, uncles, whoever they know in the greater marketplace. Shoot, that may actually go through their entire mom and dad's entire work, sales work floor or business or organization. And the only thing that does for you, it does a couple things for you. Number one, it increases your ticket sales and it gamifies the situation and makes it more fun for the group. But number two, if you are asking the right questions upon checkout beyond this question, you're now gathering data about new people that may be in your wheelhouse to do a group in a different way, shape, or form. Or they may see this and be like, oh my gosh, we need to do this for my daughter's dance team, or we need to do this for, my son's basketball team. Again, great opportunities to take things to the next level. This doesn't exist anywhere else out in the marketplace. This right now, these 2 leaderboards have been showing tickets sold. One of the other things that you can do when you think about fundraising, which is a huge piece of our business, and a lot of what our clients do, you can flip these to fundraising leaderboards. So you could, in the case of the Ducks, where they are giving a silent auction donation check back, there probably isn't a fundraising component to that one at this point, but if there was, they could go ahead and showcase how much each school district has raised as well. So you've got 2 options: tickets sold or dollars raised, and utilize that to your ability to take things to the next level. One of the other key features, and again, this was something I was really passionate about when I first started at Spinzo, because it was a big challenge when I led group sales teams. It's fan experience tracking. So many times when you communicate to the group leader what fan experience they're taking a part of, you're basically playing a game of telephone, because you're giving it to the group leader, you're explaining it to them, then they're explaining it to all of their members. They may not hear the same thing that you told the group leader. So we take that confusion out of the way. We allow you to go ahead and put fan experiences right on your promotional pages and track towards them. This, again, when you talk about reaching specific minimums, it allows you to be crystal clear on what the minimum is, what the experience is, because we allow for a photo and a description to be added, and it gives the group live access to understanding exactly where they are to getting to that experience. Now, if a group has multiple experiences, you can stack them and you can track towards multiple experiences, almost like different tier levels that they're going to get to. With Spinzo, you essentially manage these so you can tack them on to any group. You can change what the minimum requirement is or how you're tracking to something. So we actually track towards ticket minimums, we track towards revenue minimums, or if you want to flip this around and you want to create urgency around experiences, you can go ahead and track towards, hey, we only have 100 spots to be a part of our pregame shot on goal. Then no problem, we can do that. This is an example from Ryan's team here with a post-game on ice photo. They actually have a minimum required to get access to this, but you could also, if they wanted to, they could say, hey, we only can have 100 people join us for this experience. So they could go ahead and say, hey, the first 100 tickets that are purchased are going to be the ones that get access to this. So lots of different ways to use this fan experience tracking to your benefit. This is very much group sales based and focused, but it doesn't have to be. It could also be, hey, we have a hat that's going to be a part of this promotion, and we only have 500 hats. So the first 500 tickets are going to get access to it. So lots of functionality here when we talk about fan experiences, and creating that urgency and excitement around those experiences or those special perks that you're providing.
And this is what here from the Warriors Scout Clinic, and this is kind of that reverse, as Denise is saying, limited quantity available. So maybe there's only about 100 kids who can come to the Scout Clinic. And so the first 100 get to participate in that. So there's only 42 more available for that experience, right? So that event is March 10th, so there's still a lot of time, but this will compel people to buy early and get in on time, because there is a limited amount for Scout Clinic. So lots of opportunities there.
Absolutely.
All right, so the next item that we wanted to discuss is dynamic ticket pricing. So you may have heard that Spinzo could do a lot of things when it comes to ticket pricing, whether that's comp tickets, fully discounted tickets, partially discounted tickets, subsidized. So this is a little more in the weeds, but I'm going to show you some of what you can do from a ticket pricing standpoint. So I'll open a back-end offer here. All right, so now we're at the back end of Spinzo. So this is not the sexy part. This is where you actually build the offers. So let's say a ticket is normally $100, right? So normally you would just put $100 in the offer price field here, and then you'd save the promotion and you're ready to go. But let's say you're doing something for Coca-Cola employees, but maybe Coca-Cola as a company wants to subsidize the tickets. So Coca-Cola wants to pay for $70 of each ticket, and the employee pays for $30. But what you could do with Spinzo is you could put $30 in here for the offer price, because this is what the Coca-Cola employee is going to pay. So you could put $30 in there, but then you could tell Spinzo to set a custom Ticketmaster price. So this is the price that enters your Arctic system or Ticketmaster. And you could say, I want that to be 100. So the buyer is paying $30, but we're pushing $100 into the ticketing system. And then we're splitting that payment to say, I want 70 of the 100 to be paid off by a different payment type code or method of payment. And I'll just put CC right now for Coca-Cola. So now what happens, the fans are buying it, the employees are buying it for $30, but then on your ticketing system, it's booking 100 as revenue, and it's saying 70 of that has to come from Coca-Cola. So at the end of the promotion, you can invoice Coca-Cola or collect payment for that money, and the remaining 30 is coming from Spinzo. So that's what you can do from a dynamic pricing standpoint. What you can also do is, and Ryan and the Hurricanes do a lot of this, and we'll show an example of that, where you can embed a gift. So let's say that the ticket price is normally $100, but you want to add a $20 gift, for instance. So you're going to bump this up by $20. So now you're going to charge the buyer $120, but then now you're going to set the custom price at $100. But what you're going to do is for that $20 difference down here, we have a spot called accompanying items. So let's say that's a hat. It's a 2024 hat. So maybe the event code is 2024 hat. And we're going to say that's worth $20. So what happens here is the buyer pays $120, right? That's listed up here. But then in the ticketing system, we're only booking 100 for revenue. And that's because we're booking a separate line item for the hat. That's a $20 hat. So whenever someone buys this package, they actually get 2 barcodes on their account. And so we can open one of Ryan's promotions here from the Hurricane. So this is, and Ryan, of course, you guys could speak to this, but the varsity lineup, you guys do a very good job with that, where every year you choose a different gift. And I think this year it's these tumblers. But Ryan, do you want to speak to this program and the success? And I'll look around on the back end.
Absolutely. We use the added accompanying items pretty heavily. We use it for varsity lineup like you're showing now. We use it for our Star Wars night. We do a NASCAR night. We use this pretty heavily. And the nice thing about this is, and one of the biggest benefits that we find with Spinzo is back in the day when we did these type of add-ons, you know, from an accounting standpoint, it was a mess. There was $120 on a ticket, but we needed accounting to take $20 off of that ticket and apply it to pay the invoices for the tumblers or the bobbleheads or whatever. But challenging Spinzo with, hey, how can we fix this? Quickly, almost instantly, we were able to get this type of function where the money is now routed, obviously exactly where it needs to go for whatever that item may be. So from a build out standpoint, it probably looks complicated on this screen right here, but I can promise you it's super easy with our ticketing operations team. It's, hey, can you build me an event that's viewable in Spinzo? They build a bobblehead event in what we use Arctics, and it just reflects in there. Reps will pop it in here, and all you do is match up the money that you know, you want allocated to that item. On top of that, and it looks like Emmanuel's hovering over it at the top there. In addition to the item, we also dynamically price all of our group tickets now too. So a lot of what sound like complicated things going on with our tickets and our group packages, this page right here simplifies it so easily. It's almost like a worksheet. You work down to the bottom of it and you can customize literally every part of your ticket offer, and all the money gets routed, you know, exactly where you kind of want it to go, if that makes sense.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Ryan. Yeah, I'll just explain this briefly. So basically, we're telling Spinzo, we're not putting a price in Spinzo. We're saying follow the G5 price, which is probably like the group 5 level price, like so the cheap group pricing. But then you're telling Spinzo to look at that price, but then add $12. That $12 is for the tumbler. So we want the group price to enter Arctics, but then we want $12 to be allocated to the tumbler. So the price of these tickets is constantly changing, yet the tumbler price is fixed at 12. And so Spinzo's doing all the math there for you. So lots you could do with that, including free ticket programs. We have a newer feature this year to dynamically price free ticket upgrades. So that's really good. So you could offer a unique code to everyone to get access to a free ticket. But if they want to upgrade their ticket, you can make that worth $20 or $25, and you could change that per seating zone. And Spinzo then will dynamically apply the upgrade price for upgraded seating zones. So all of this is related to various dynamic ticket pricing capabilities of the platform. Lastly, we're going to jump into reporting, and this is one of the key strengths of Spinzo. So to do that, I'm going to go into the back end actually of the hurricanes here, and we could walk through. But really, the main report that a lot of our clients like is called the Flex Report. So what's neat about the Flex Report is that it can start at a glance and tell you kind of the overall numbers, but then you can hone in on reps, groups, event dates, and whatnot. So if I open, say, for the hurricanes for so far this season, so I'll go from the summertime until now. If I don't put any check marks on any breakdowns and run the report, it's just going to show me the total that's gone through the platform. So about 15,000 tickets, some free tickets, and almost $1 million of flows so far. But what I could do is I could break that down by putting a check mark on reps, for example. And this is going to break the total down by rep. So we'll see that, Samantha does very well through Spinzo, 290,000 gross through the platform, Paul, Emil, and you could see all of those from there. If you instead want to see groups, I can uncheck reps, put a check mark on groups, and now we're going to see the totals by group. So the Mites intermission group is large, almost $100,000 for that group. Next up, Star Wars, and the Canes have done Star Wars through Spinzo year after year. So this year, 818 tickets, $79,000. So you could see how easy it is to pull this data. So if I go now back to reps, and let's say I want to hone in on one of the reps. So say I want to hone in on Samantha. You could actually filter with this. So I could say, let me only see Samantha's stuff, but instead of groups, I'm going to go by event date. So I'm filtering by Samantha, but I want to see her sales by event date. So I run the report, and you'll see this is very fast. This is not some slow process where you have to wait many seconds to see the data. So I could now see Samantha's sales by event date, and we could take an upcoming one. Now let's see here, we're January 31st. So we could take, say, February 24th. So she has 151 tickets for that day. We can filter this now and say, let's only look at February 24th, and I want to see the groups for that event. So this will show us Samantha's groups for February 24th. And we'll see there's two groups that she has with sales that date, Thales Academy and Wake County Schools. Let's say she wanted to hone in on one of them, she can. You can filter by groups. We can say Thales Academy, and now we can put a check mark on orders. That will show us everyone who bought Thales Academy group for February 24th, which is Samantha's offer. We have the names, emails, phone numbers, seating locations of every buyer. And you could also filter this and say, show me only the big spenders. Show me everyone that spent over $650 from this group. You can do that, and there's one who spent that much, $900. So you can hone in on this, check out their order. So lots you could do with the Flex Report.
Yeah, and I will chime in. I will say I spend most of my time in that screen right there, and it helps you in so many other ways too. Like for any of my year-over-year reporting, how many views are on, a rep's offer? Are they wasting their time on, building links for companies that aren't actually looking at them or distributing them? It helps you get more efficient too. Obviously, you get all the customer data, so we can do a lot more targeted emails, which can actually get sent out through Spinzo too. So if we want to target every Star Wars buyer from last year, I can have every person that bought a Star Wars ticket in the last 4 years in, like Emmanuel just showed you, within seconds. So the possibilities and the options that you can customize the Flex reporting is super, super detailed for sure.
Yep. And I'm in this group audience report now, which, as Ryan says, shows the views. And I'm on the College Rush campaign here. So the blue line is the viewers, the red is the ticket sales. But furthermore, you could even have custom inbound links that point to that using our affiliate tech, and then see how many people viewed from your Twitter link, from your email link, Instagram, and then you could see the conversion rates of each one. So that's the group audience report, which shows conversion rates. And then we have, this is a newer one this year too, the event audience report, which will actually prescribe a percentage conversion rate for each of your game dates. So then you could see which game dates are converting better, and you could drill into any game date and then see the totals by group, so the conversions by group for that particular game date. And you'll see here, the conversion rate tended to go down for this game for the Hurricanes, but because probably there was low inventory. So that's also interesting, because then you could see a lot of people were viewing, but then not many sales, and it's obvious that, there may have not been many seats at that time. So lots of different reporting. One of the ones that a lot of people love is the Spinzo map view. Denise, do you want to talk about this?
Yeah, this is my favorite, one of my favorite reports, because being on the sales and marketing side, I geek out about this. So instantly after a paid buyer comes through the Spinzo platform, we find the latitude and longitude of their billing address, and we pay Google to go ahead and plot them on a map. I know I've seen tons of these with season ticket buyers or even individual game buyers, but when you talk about group and promotional buyers, I've never seen this. So this is all a part of the Spinzo platform. And while right now this just looks like dots on the map, you can filter this by group, by sales rep, by affiliate, by event date. So if you want to see how far your drawing range is for a Thursday night game versus a Saturday game, you can understand that. Once you find a look of the data that you like, you can draw a polygon around it and generate a report. And we're going to go back to that wonderful report to see a flex report of exactly who those people are. Ironically, they're all Sales Academy.
Well, I filtered the.
Oh, you filtered by that. Sorry, I didn't see you
Yeah.
filtered by that. They're all that. So that's who Emmanuel filtered by. So now we know where they're coming from. When I get to the flex report, I can go ahead and dive down even deeper into that. So lots of reporting, lots of real-time reporting that we provide. We really try to take it to the next level. Even when we get to bank payouts, all of that is extremely streamlined as well. So hopefully, I mean, Ryan, you probably could speak to this. Do you have to talk to finance a lot about Spinzo stuff, or is it pretty streamlined?
I don't know that I've ever talked to finance one time about payments.
That's how we
from
like it.
Spinzo.
Love it.
I don't know if I've ever even been on this screen because it's just automated and I don't have to think about it, which I like.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the
no, it's
magic.
great.
So they
Yeah.
choose monthly payouts. So every month, 2 days before this goes into their bank account, they have a full view of exactly the Spinzo orders, the Ticketmaster orders, and the event totals for every single one of those orders. So they can really see exactly what's happening. So very streamlined. And to Ryan's point, he doesn't speak to finance, which is what we want. You guys are in sales. We want you to sell. So Ryan, do you want to put any last comments or thoughts on your experience with us before
Sure.
we close out?
Yeah, absolutely. I can say we've gone through a wide range of group ticket needs over the years, over the course of the last 6 years. And I look back before this call, certain years we've run upwards of 60,000 tickets through Spinzo in a single season, when we had the inventory to do so. And I can tell you that the best thing that I've learned comparing to other vendors, and I've gone through a bunch of different demos with other vendors and other options, is the customer service and the custom access that you can do with any of your offers, tied with the customer service is kind of what we value the most. Like it's crazy to me that reps on my staff feel comfortable enough emailing Denise, emailing Emmanuel, because they know if there's something that they can't figure out how to do or maybe doesn't exist, one, it'll exist probably by the end of the day and we'll find a workaround. But chances are it already exists and another team's doing it, and they'll share a use case with us or a new idea that seems to be pretty successful. So I think the customer service side of things is something that you don't find anywhere. And at the end of the day, all of us in ticket sales too, we rely on stuff working, right? Like we can't afford to have refunds constantly being issued and glitches in the system or tickets aren't flowing through properly. I don't know that I could count on definitely on one hand less than that, but like the number of issues that we've had with the system because it works so seamlessly regardless. And this is going on 6 years now. So can't say enough great things about it. Obviously we wouldn't stick with it this long if we weren't super happy with it. So again, I don't have the Spinzo quarter zip on, but it might sound like it, but it is the
Not yet.
truth. It is the
Well, we
truth.
should send you one now after you said all that. Thank you, Ryan. That's
If there are any
Absolutely.
questions, feel free to throw them into the Q&A or chat, or you can send them to us after the fact. We want to be respectful of your time. We know we went a few minutes over, but thank you to each and every one of you for joining and for listening. And thank you, Ryan, for sharing your thoughts. We truly appreciate it. So
Sure.
looking forward to follow-up conversations with many of you.
all right. Thanks, guys.